Mike Roark is in his first year as the head coach of the Halifax high school football team. He joined me this past weekend on the Sports Buffet podcast. We talk about Halifax's chances this year in the Western Valley District and much, much more. Head coach Mike Roark on the Sports Buffet podcast.
Exciting to catch up with the head man at Halifax County, Mike Roark, here on the Sports Buffet podcast. And Coach, first year at Halifax, and to me, you've really kind of breathed new life and energy into a program that seems like it needs a little stability. What made the Halifax job interesting for you?
If you talk to some of the guys in the Western Valley, some of the guys in Seminole, the first thing everybody said was it was a gold mine. Plus, it's a little closer to home, being from Gretna, moved a little closer back, so it's sort of funny. You know, I had one of my high school buddies at a Gretna game tell me last year I was like a good old hunting dog. They just let you go around, roam around, and sooner or later you work your way back home. So I guess that might have something to do with it.
What did you see once you kind of got to start working with your guys and got them in the weight room and got them out on the field a little bit that excites you about this season for the Blue Comets?
There's excitement, there's energy. The kids are wanting to make a change. You know, we're having this summer, we're getting over 100 kids a day in the weight room. We got coaches, you know, the way it is right now, I can't tell all the coaches in the summertime yet. I've got 99% of them there every day in the weight room, running the weight room, working with the kids after practice. So those kinds of things really, you know, you see the kids bust their butt like that, you just get into it a little bit even harder, and you really want to make sure they have some success.
When we look at the Western Valley District this year, you know, you might consider it a wide-open district. Franklin County, obviously, at the top of the heap, but they had their quarterback get hurt in a scrimmage from what I see on TV. You know, GW has a coaching change very, very late. Fleming has struggled. PH is still pretty good. And then, obviously, there's you guys. Do you look at the Western Valley as a wide-open league?
Well, like you said, you know, Chris Jones is going to get that place where it's a machine. So, you know, the kid, if you watch any tape, is a great kid, but you know good and well he's got somebody who's ready to step in there and keep the machine running. So I don't, you know, they scare you. No matter how you want to, they're going to line up, they're going to run their stuff, and they're going to come at you. You know, I know Alan from when he was over at Glenville. He's a heck of a coach. So, you know, he's always got everything in the right direction, moving with those kids. Fleming struggled a little bit. GW, he's got the athletes, and he's local. So I don't really see them dropping too much. You know, he's going to bring some energy and excitement over there, too. So it's, you know, I say it's the top two are pretty well, you know, if you have to be realistic here, the top two is going to be PH and Franklin. Then after that, everything's wide open, I think.
When you look at your first scrimmage against Liberty Christian Academy, that's probably one of the better teams around that you're scrimmaging, even though they are a private school. What did you see out of the Liberty Christian scrimmage that made you happy from your point of view?
We did move the ball. We made some good plays. We also made some good plays on defense. You know, we lined up right. We wrapped up. We did tackle. We didn't give up any big plays. So, you know, those are the big things for us. We were able to, because LCA is huge. We were laughing. They were playing, you know, Richmond or JMU, and those boys walked up there. So we played hard the whole time. We didn't give up, and I thought that was huge considering the fact that it's such, you know, at 10 a.m. for us to Lynchburg, you got kids getting up at 5:30, being here at school at 6:30, then getting on the bus at 7 for an hour and 20-minute drive. That's not a good way to start your morning. So, you know, for us to play and be pretty competitive, that's what we had.
You know, and before we get off the LCA scrimmage, Coach, and move on to other topics, what did you see that maybe you need to work on this week before that last dress rehearsal, before the first game here very soon that really needs to be worked on this week in practice?
Defensively, we need to wrap up a little bit more. We, when they did score, if you watch the film, we hit them 4 or 5 times. We didn't wrap up. Definitely need to do better there. We also only have 3 seniors on defense, so we need to get the underclassmen to play a little faster and recognize things a little quicker. Offensively, I think we're a little ahead on the offensive side of the ball just because of all 7-on-7 stuff we did during the summertime. We just got to tighten things up a little bit more and get that dialed in a little bit better. I was pretty happy. We kept it pretty vanilla. You know, we'll probably do a little bit more this weekend, but we got to have everything on all cylinders before Jefferson Forest comes down here.
You talk about, with you guys having to get up basically before the sun's up to just get ready to come up to Lynchburg. You guys are not really close to many people. How do you think that can benefit you guys when people have to come down to your neck of the woods?
I hope they get stuck behind a couple of logging trucks like we got stuck going out of town. It is, I'm finding out, you don't just drive up the Harrisonburg, you just drive to Costco in 15 minutes. It's, you plan the weekends now, it's an adventure. You have a 50, 60-mile drive either way you go. So some people could get stuck in traffic. It could be a long drive. So I was from those big old line and just have to sit in nice, small bus seats and get nice and cramped.
Let's talk a little bit about your team's offense. Obviously, as a head coach, a lot of head coaches take responsibility for that offense, and you are going to be the offensive coordinator. What sticks out to you about the offense that you like?
We've got speed. We've got some kids with arms. We got a little size up front. So, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We've got some athletes who are trying to put them in space and see what they can do.
When you look at some key contributors on the offense, especially at the quarterback position, tell me what could be shaken for the Blue Comets.
Richard Jacobs, Jr., probably one of the smartest kids on the football team, if not the smartest. He got hurt week 1 last year against Jefferson Forest, but he's also a leader, and the kids are going to rally around him. He's quick. He's got the hips where if he gets out in space, he can make things happen. Besides him, we got Alonzo Bennett, who also played, he's a senior, be more of a slot, but he's also a quarterback, and we need him. Quick, probably, excellent speed, holds on the ball well, real smart. We got Derek Garrett, who didn't play last year, another senior who will be the B-back. Also quick, but he's got a forward lean when he runs from the B-back position. Then we got Devin Richardson, who's just fast. That kid's one of the fastest kids I've ever seen. We've got Dakota Delaware, who's got some decent hands and can catch the ball. So we've got enough kids that, I think we can make some things happen.
As a new coach, how important is it not to overload your kids in terms of maybe terminology and chalk talk, or is it a case of, hey, we got to learn what I want to do, and if it takes us, a game or two before we're what I really want us to be, then that's the way it's going to be?
No, we're going at it where we don't move on until we know what we know. It's, it's easy for me to know it because I know what I want to do. But I've got to make sure the kids execute. I got to make sure the coaches understand what's going on because, defense, we were still running my defense. We just, what I want to do, my philosophy. So I got to make sure Garrett's better, we're on the same page. Technique-wise, we need to make sure everybody's on the same page. So it's pretty much when the guys know it, then we move on to the next step.
You got 6 non-district games before you hop into district play. How can that be a benefit?
Well, I think anytime we get some experience playing, it's going to help us. So, we've got a pretty tough preseason there too. We open up the doors as far as person, we're at Heritage, so it's not, we're going to be, by the time we get in the league, we'll definitely be battle tested.
Final question for you, Coach. Definitely appreciate your time. Look forward to talking to you much more throughout the year. And I kind of should have opened with this question, but, obviously being a first-year coach, people might not know who Mike Roark is. Kind of describe your coaching background, where you've been, what you've done, and, I guess we already talked about how you got to Halifax, but, just kind of tell us who you are and what you've done prior to this point.
Okay. Well, I've been coaching 27 years. I've been a head high school coach in California, then out here, also coached at the D3 and junior college level out in California. Ended up out there because I went to Navy. Got out to Navy, went to San Diego State, stayed out there and started coaching. Originally from Gretna, and so, that's how we came back here. We wanted to raise a little girl back in Virginia, not out in Southern California. I'm a defensive guy at heart, probably, special teams, but when you've been coaching as long as I have, you also know what you got to do on the offensive side, and I've got some good offensive mentors with Tony DeMayo and Tom Marr, so, I've got some people that taught me well, I like to think, and through my days. So I'm a fun guy. I like, the kids are going to have fun. We'll be energetic with it and enthusiastic, and hopefully we're going to have some fun and win some ball games.
Coach, definitely appreciate your time. Look forward to catching up with you throughout the season, and best of luck to the Comets.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon.